Ross, what's the diagnosis on Nat as far as...
Nat, I thought we were here to talk about the game, but we can start with Nat. Yeah, he hasn't come up, so hopefully we're really confident he'll come up next week. So this week was always a 50-50, but I think he gets well and truly beyond that next week. But in saying that, until it happens, we don't really know.
This is always the question, but if it was a final this weekend, would he be fit to play?
No, he's been ruled out.
So he wouldn't have played if it was a
No,
final? And
no.
I know you covered it earlier in the week, but what was the conversation with Zach Dawson like?
It was really brief and to the point. It's done, and we all move on and keep yourself fit, and hopefully another opportunity comes for you and us. That was pretty brief.
How confident are you that Alex could get up and play, given he hasn't had much football?
Alex
Silvani.
No, well, Zach was the same. I mean, Zach played 2 games in the waffle, so Alex has definitely played one and trained on. He was just a bit domsy, so he's actually in better physical condition than probably Zach is. So, yeah, we've got no concerns.
Will he be named in the 22 this afternoon, Alex Silvani?
He'll play.
He'll play.
What chance another debutant? He's obviously in the mix, Connor Blakey.
Yeah, no, it's a chance. Look, again, we've got to get through training. So if Alex gets injured, Alex Silvani, he clearly won't play. But so we've got a good feel for it. But until, we always have a good hour post, we get all the feedback, who's niggly, who's sick, who's this, and hopefully there's nothing new, and then we finalise it. So, yeah, they're all in a good position. But until we get through, it's a significant session. It's pretty intense, and there's always a risk, so we always hold our breath until that's finished. But yeah, it's a chance, but we'll get to that when it's really required.
Just on Silvani, he's had a lot of setbacks this year. Can you just give us a bit of an insight into his perseverance and how he's gone about it?
Well, that's one of his great attributes. He's got great character off the field and great football character. So he's come from VFL and persistent and persevered, and he's really popular. He's a great clubman, but he's got his life in order off the field. He's studying, done a couple of degrees. So when things go wrong, he's got a balance in his life, and it's easy to stay focused and not lose your way. And yeah, he's a pleasure to coach.
Does that give you the flexibility then to persist with Alex Pearce playing forward?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
What are you looking for him to improve on that he showed a bit last week? What are the next steps for him this week?
Oh, I just think it's the same. Just bring the effort and take some clunks and kick some goals and chase downs. It's not a complicated exercise. So, look, he showed some good signs moving the ball. He's composed with the ball. Once he freed up kicking for goal, he slotted a nice one. So, yeah, they're only young players. They're going to go up and down a little bit. But we always start with competing. So if he comes and competes, we'll be pretty happy.
You had a couple of shots from around 45 that didn't quite make it. Was that a mental thing? Was he a bit nervous, or was there something in his...
I haven't spoken to him about it. It's I'm not the goal kicking coach, so it was pretty windy out there. It was windier than people thought, and yeah, we just spoke. Well, they did about swing the club, just relax a little bit, and then he slotted the next one. So he's fundamentally a pretty good kick. A little bit of awkward style. You wouldn't say he's a classic disposer of the ball, but he's really it's about effectiveness, and he's quite an effective kick.
You said last Sunday you saw some really positive signs. What are the things you're looking for this week in terms of the next step on ball movement and transition that you've been working on?
Well, we couldn't have done much more defensively or offensively with the ball, except our efficiency inside 50. We dominated the game 56-30. Time in front half plus 20 minutes. Almost 61 minutes to whatever it was, 41 minutes. So we dominated that game. Clearances. Really, it's just some conversion that you've highlighted and some decision making on the last kick inside 50 and some forward leading patterns. So we're continuing to work on that. That's been the focus this week. So we're confident. 5 weeks is a long time. So we've worked on it. We'll improve again, and yeah, we're really quite confident.
St Kilda this week, Ross. Do you look back on your preparation going into the same game last year, or do you just write it off as a...
What do you mean by preparation?
Are there any learnings you could take, given that it was such a shock upset? Do you look back and try to adjust how you're going to the game? Or?
Look, we do the review back then and we move on, so the lessons are in us. So what's good is we know it's a challenge. I mean, but they've improved on last year. I mean, I think they've won 6 games, have they? They could easily won another 3. So, and we're going to their home ground and Etihad, and it's a unique surface and it's a unique environment. And, so we're about improving our own football. And it's a lesson about effort, isn't it? So bring effort and respect all opposition. So, but fundamentally, that's what we do. We're a very consistent football team. We're on top of the ladder for a reason. We're a great competitive side. So we'll come and compete again. That's what we're about. That's what we stand for.
David Mundy mentioned during the week that they want to really redeem themselves after that game. Is that more player-driven, or have you mentioned that this week?
I haven't spoken about it. And I don't. Redemption, what's gone's gone. The players are entitled to their view. I think they're disappointed, and St Kilda, we don't like anyone to have the wood on us. So I think he's alluding to we want to go and perform at a very high level and see where that gets us. So emotion doesn't get it done. Anger, happiness, whatever, it doesn't get it done. The only thing that gets it done is action, and relentless action. So what are we planning to bring? We're planning to bring relentless action.
You've mentioned a couple of times that you're top spot on the ladder, which is a true fact and by some way. Do you think you're not respected in that sense by mentioning it?
Not something I've thought about it. No, not at all.
What do you expect in terms of what the
Do you think
Saints-
we're not respected?
I think there's a couple of people that don't.
That's okay. Who?
I don't know individuals, but
Well,
a lot of people.
I only deal in specifics.
A
We
lot
can
of
all
people
hide.
have spoken
We can
about
all hide behind generalities. That's not what I do. Yeah.
The specifics of the Saints, what are their real strengths that you need to keep an eye on this week?
Oh, look, they're a very good pressure team. Very good getting it back centre forward. They've improved in that area. They've established a team defence, and they've got some power forwards. And their back six is very experienced, bar Goddard. I mean, if you look at Geary, Sam Fisher, Savage, Dempster, they're very experienced down there. So, and a lot of like the Seb Rosses and those guys, they're going into their third year. They should be having impact. They are having impact. So yeah, they're well on their way. So they move the ball well. They spread the ball. Armitage and Stephen, 8-year players now pretty much. So we understand it's going to be a tough challenge.
I imagine you're preparing for Reebok to play.
Yeah, well, they've named him. So I always prepare for the best opposition. There's no use it's a bit like hoping for wins and losses of the opposition. It's a pointless exercise. So we prepare for their best.
You joked after the game that you might get in contact with the Reebok. Did you touch base with him at all?
No. We go to footy war this week.
You're playing well enough to win a grand final and have a huge impact in the finals?
I don't deal in hypotheticals. I just focus. You're entitled to write whatever piece you like. What we do, what gets us where we are, we stay in the moment, and the next moment's the next training session. So I don't deal in speculation, hypotheticals. We write our own story. There was that many stories written about all teams, who's going to be on top, who's going to be on the bottom, who misses out, where we're going to be. And we just focus on action and writing our own story, and it tends to stand you in pretty good stead. But the past means nothing. We've got to get into action again. So that's what we're about.
You mentioned it a number of times, Michael's still on track for next week.
Yeah, he is. But like the Nat 5, as it stands today, yes, but he's got plenty of moments to stack up to get to the line. So hopefully they all go smoothly. And if they do, he'll play.
Does the minor premiership mean anything at all?
What do you think?
If it was me, probably no.
Yeah. Gives you a double chance. It's about getting the best starting spot you can. And there's 18 teams working feverishly to get the best position they can, and that's the position we're in. There's a quarter of the season to go. It's a significant amount of time, so no time to breathe out, no time to relax, no time to hypothesise or speculate. We'll just stay in the moment. Thank you.